Hi, I'm Jeff with Wilson Diamonds in Provo, and today I want to share with you a few tips on selecting diamonds, but most importantly, on how you can identify great diamonds. So here's a few pro tips so you can identify the perfect diamond for you. First, we're going to start with cut. Cut is the most important part of the 4 C's, and it's the most overlooked. So surprisingly, you would go and they'll tell you about the 4 C's and they'll overlook cut almost every time. Why this is a big deal is because cut is going to make up the brilliance in your diamond and also about 30% of the price of your diamond. Cut is not the shape of the diamond. You might think, oh, the cut. You hear about round cut, oval cut, pear cut. Those are actually not cuts at all. Those are shapes of the diamonds. What we're talking about is the cut grade. So how well the diamond is cut, so it refracts light and gives you maximum brilliance and fire. So when you want your diamond to really sparkle, cut is where it's at. One thing you'll want to know about cut is that most diamonds are cut too deep. What that means is that most of their weight is on the bottom of the diamond. And what happens when that happens is you get the light that doesn't refract as well, so it looks dark and glassy. And your diamond looks smaller. So it could weigh a carat, but look like a 7/8 or a 3/4 carat diamond. So you're paying more for the weight and you're getting a smaller looking diamond. So it's really important that you have a cut grade, which is going to maximize both the size and the brilliance of your diamond. And how they grade these is from ideal to poor. So it's ideal, excellent, very good, good, fair, and poor. Those are the grading scale that you're going to be using. Most diamonds that you'll see out there are good or above, but very few are excellent or ideal. And a lot of times you'll walk into a store and they'll say, all of our diamonds are ideal cut. That's never true. So you'll want to make sure that you see the diamond report from a third party so you can know for sure what cut your diamond is. At Wilson Diamonds, we like to share the whole story so that you get exactly what you need and you get it at the best possible price. We always educate our customers so that they can make a great decision for them. So we're kind of your guide, an expert guide that's super friendly and helpful to make sure that you're making the best decision for you. Now, the second one in our 4 C's is color. Color is graded from a scale of D to Z, D being the least amount of color, or a clear diamond, they call it a white diamond, or all the way to Z, which has a slight yellow, brownish, or gray hint to it depending on the diamond. This scale is really important, mostly just based on preference. Where do you want your diamond color to be? Now, there are fancy colors out there like yellows and pinks, but really those are not on the scale. Those are fancy colors, totally separate scale entirely. So what we're talking about is white diamond scale. So from D to Z, D is colorless, Z is the most color. And anywhere in the middle of there, you'll see a price difference. We talk about diamonds and we say there's really 2 indicators for price. It's rarity and quality, right? So how rare is this diamond that you're getting? And if the more rare it is, the more money you can expect to spend on that particular diamond. So the more clear a diamond is, the more rare it is. The better cut grade a diamond has, the more rare it is. So you kind of get an idea there. So really it's just identifying, and it's hard to know without seeing in person or through an HD video, which we can send you, how the color is going to impact that diamond and if it's going to bother you at all. The third C in the 4 C's is clarity. And this one is graded on a scale from flawless, meaning there's no imperfections or inclusions in the stone. And when diamonds grow, they'll have imperfections and inclusions in them, just like any other rock or crystal that you've seen. And some of them you can see with the naked eye and some you cannot. And they grade it from flawless, which means it's invisible even under a 30 power microscope, all the way down to I2 or imperfect eye visible, right? And in between there, you'll see our scale here is flawless, VVS1, VVS2, and these, really the terms are not that technical. What they're saying is very, very small inclusion, right? So you can't see it even with a 10 power microscope where it's very difficult to find. Clarity is always graded by eye. So if you have an SI2, it can be a range of what is acceptable in that SI2 category. So for example, if you have an SI2 and you're looking at another SI2, the price may be drastically different, even though on paper they look identical. Because one of them you might be able to see with the naked eye, or it might be placed in the center of the stone, while on another one it might be on the edge and be more clear and invisible to the naked eye, which will impact the price. So these are little details that an expert like we have in our store can help you with, where otherwise it would be really difficult to know, why does this diamond with the exact same specs cost $1,000 more than a different diamond with the exact same specs? So just take into consideration when you're thinking about clarity, how much visible inclusions will bother you, right? Maybe you can hide it under a prong. Those types of things will save you money if you have some inclusions but are harder to see. So something to consider when you're working with a budget and trying to figure out what's acceptable for you. The fourth C in the 4 C's is carat weight. This is a big one because people get confused with carat with a K, which is a gold alloy, and carat with a C, which is the weight of a diamond. Right? It's a system of measurement that they use specifically for diamonds. Probably the only thing they measure in carats because it's so lightweight. They had to create its own system of measurement. But carat is just the weight of the diamond. However, if you remember what we talked about from cut, when a diamond is cut properly, you'll see it'll have a bigger dimension on the top, so you'll have a wider diameter. So a 1 carat diamond, for example, should measure about 6.5 millimeters. And if it doesn't, that's a good indicator to you that the diamond has been cut too shallow or too deep, which will impact both the brilliance and the cost of your diamond and make it look smaller than it should be. So those are some pro tips on the 4 C's. Text or call us if you want to learn more. And we just want to make sure that you know as much as you can so you can make a good decision on a diamond.